We're gonna call a short lesson. 5.4 EM spectrum. Okay, so anyways, welcome to astronomy lesson 5.4 on the electromagnetic spectrum. All right, so depending on your level of science, you've probably already gone through this a little bit before. Primarily if you've had earth science and even probably talked about it a little bit in biology. Definitely in chemistry. Physics, we talk about it. If you're in physics now, you won't talk about it until towards the end of the year when we deal with light. But basically, all the light that's given off by stars is in the form of radiation. And this radiation reaches us in a variety of different rays. So there's the traditional visible light, which gives us our violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Or if you like to go backwards, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Sometimes this is referred to by the name Roy G. Biv. This eye, we'll talk about this eye and how it doesn't quite make the cut right there. Odd. Anyways, that if you were like saying like, hey, wait, I know what eye is. Don't spoil the surprise for everyone else. Okay, so aside from our visible light, on the short wavelength side, so see how these wave crests, those little tops are really, really close together? It means they're giving lots and lots of energy. Energy in the form of gamma rays. Hulk smash. So these gamma rays, lots and lots of energy, but very, very small living space, right? As you move across all the way to the long wavelengths, these ones are huge, like really, really big. So it doesn't seem like they're, that far apart. You're like, oh, what's the big deal? 1,000 meters. So that's tall. That's very, very tall. That's a really long amount of distance. If you think of a meter stick, which is about a little bit over 3 feet. We're looking at 1,000 of those, just between two little waves. To have one complete cycle, up, down, and then back up, it takes 1,000 meters. It's a lot. Okay, anyways, so in between there, what we're going to have is X-rays, and then before violets or above violets, we have ultraviolet. Then we have our visible light from violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Still no eye. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then we get something that's just below red or infrared. And then we go to microwaves. All right, so all this makes up the electromagnetic spectrum. In fact, all the stuff that we use on a day-to-day basis kind of fall around these radio waves, right? So in this frequency right here, we're going to use our, wireless anything. So remote controls for your PlayStation, Xbox. I'll use radio waves. Your Wi-Fi is on a radio wavelength band. Your Bluetooth headphones or your AirPods are all on radio waves. Even some remote controls operate on radio waves. So technically speaking, visible lights, that's going to be the most important for us because that's what we can see. So if we couldn't see, we probably wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff technology-wise this way. So this is very, very important. Then probably radio waves. I know what you're thinking. Mr. H, I'd totally be digging my Tostitos pizza rolls, man, and I totally need to get the microwave. So although microwaves are very, very important, and yes, they use some sort of microwave radiation in order to heat your food to the desired temperature, I do not think it would be as important technologically as what we use radio waves for. And if you don't believe me, hit me up on my cell phone and I will tell you how you're making this phone call using radio waves. Okay, so back to eye. So eye, what is that? That represents indigo. You're like, yeah, I totally knew that. I'm not 5. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. What you may not know is that the human eye really can't differentiate between blue and violet. So that indigo, you can't really see it too well in between there. So, in fact, when Sir Isaac Newton was coming up with our spectrum here, when he was using his prism and he was separating the light into all the different colors, and we're like, hey, that's really pretty. He actually technically could only see 5 colors. And then one of his assistants came up with the 6th color, which was violet. And then he said, whoa, 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 time out. We can't only have 6 colors. That's bad luck. We need to have 7, right? There's 7 octaves, there's 7 days in a week. I am making a video, hon, about the rainbow and electromagnetic spectrum. That's my daughter. She's saying hi. Ada, say hi.
Hi.
I'm teaching all the students. Okay, anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, rainbows. Good. Indigo, sorry, doesn't make the cut. Alright, so another chart I like to show when we're talking about the electromagnetic spectrum is how it reaches Earth. So all of this light comes off from a star, and it does reach Earth. However, not all of it's able to reach the Earth's surface. So gamma rays, that's a big no. X-rays, big no. Ultraviolet, some ultraviolet rays can reach Earth, but that's depending on our ozone layer, which is all the way in the stratosphere. So if that's doing its job, it really doesn't reach Earth, but we still get a little bit. So then we get visible light, yay, and just a little bit of those UV rays. Infrared light, yay, we get that heat, that thermal energy that heats up all of our stuff. And then microwaves, what? They don't reach us? That's weird, right? But then radio waves do. So we have this spike between radio, infrared, visible, little bit of UV light. And that's because of our atmosphere, our magnetosphere, solar winds, all interacting with us and keeping us safe. Also, what I like to point out about this diagram is it goes from low energy radio waves all the way to high energy gamma rays, right? You can go long to short or short to long, either way, and sometimes I do that just to mess with you. Also, it kind of gives a really cool scale here. So remember we were talking about the wavelength being crest to crust. Well, the wavelength of a radio wave is about the size of a building, right? 10 to the third. Oh my gosh, that's huge. And then a gamma ray, that's about the size of an atom's nucleus. Not even the whole atom, the nucleus of the atom. That's why it's so dangerous, because it can really penetrate those cell membranes and cause all kinds of disruption to our DNA and RNA reproductions. And if you've taken biology, which I think you have or will, you'll be like, whoa, that would be bad. And I'd be like, yes, that would be bad. Okay, so anyways, I gotta run. I'm gonna go eat some popcorn and watch Coco with my family. So, goodbye.